What up, YouTube? As you can see today, I have the video Yeat's growth needs to be studied. I don't really have much to say, but let's get into it. Sorry about that. It's basically riding out.
My man's got this is basically Yeet, sir. This is just, he's on the cover right now. What song are you performing in there? I just put up.
Put it up and that's just better if you wanted to know. Still counting?
Look crank. I ain't gonna lie, lately I've been bumping Jump of I'm just trying
Two Alive, underrated.
Jump.
Underrated song, 11 million
He always
streams.
comes out to that
Mike
shit.
Lazy. Jump, jump, jump.
We at the Yeet motherfucking concert.
Nah, low-key wanna go to a Yeat concert, bro. That would be fire, ain't gonna lie. Look at this. Take a break and talk that shit. Money sold like Swiss. Take a break and talk that shit. Nah, that's iconic.
Sheesh. I mean, damn. It's crazy how time flies, and with the landscape of today's industry, it's easy for artists to get hot for like 10 to 15 minutes, then just become forgotten not so long after. And with the rise of the new SoundCloud era that hit the waves in like 2020, 2021, with artists such as, I don't know, Summers, Autumn, Tana, Cash Dami, SSG Kobe, Can,
Nah, I'm hating.
Sofagos of the world, to newer artists like
I'm not gonna lie. If you go back to my channel, I reacted to the Story Lonely album, No Stylist. I only like a couple songs off that album. The first listen, maybe it's because I was distracted. I was playing a game, but I haven't really gone back to it. The only song I can remember that I like off the top of my head is Jet Lag, which I'm pretty sure is the first song on that album. But I don't know. It made me not want. Is this hating? If I said listen to that, it made me just not want to listen to music for like a couple of days. Sounds like hating, but that's true.
I don't know, Ian, Netspin, Osama Sun, Xavier So Bass.
He's so butt. Xavier So Bass is so butt. I'm not even trying to hate, but he's butt.
To choose from. But in my opinion, no artist has been able to truly become a superstar as globally and as quick pretty much on their own. I mean, shout out Twisty P. Can't forget how he helped Yeet early on.
Hey, where the problem at? I'm spending on these perks like I'm a laundromat.
Of course, there were other artists.
I just touched that him,
where
but I
their
double
fan base
that.
was also associated with him. But let's be real, most of us discovered Yeet because of Yeat, a white rapper at that. I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like people kind of forget or just put that to the side or don't even notice that he's probably the biggest white rapper of the last 25 years. I mean, if you want to count Post Malone, I guess. But is he really a rapper? Come on, let alone just him being a popular artist, race or not. But I feel like most people just associate him with his music and nothing else, which in today's industry, it isn't easy to just grow from your music. You see how someone like Ian, people looked at him as a white rapper.
Should I do an Ian album? I only heard one song off his album because they said it sounded like a 2093 song. So I was like, let me check it out.
Rapping, I don't know, it kind of had more
Kinda
of a wow
did.
factor to it. Like, yo, who is this kid? But nowadays, to grow, there's usually a lot of controversy or some sort of cosign involved. But Yeat, to me, has been able to not only be a household name on his own, but he damn near can headline a festival today. Again, mostly from his music alone. And I know what you're thinking, but Aaron, what about Ken Carson? He's arguably just as big as Yeat. Well, not quite. Yes, he possibly could headline a Rolling Loud one day, but to me, the only way Ken Carson could truly make that next step,
I'm gonna be
and,
doing
like,
a Ken
really
Carson
headline, is if he
album
leaves Opium,
listening
and
party.
disassociates himself from Playboi Carti. Because in my opinion,
I
he
will.
wouldn't be anywhere close to where he's at today without the help of Playboi Carti or being signed to Opium. But no disrespect to Ken, because I think his music speaks for itself, and the shows are insane. And his growth is absolutely insane as well. From him doing a show at a little bar in Brooklyn in 2021 to this in 2024. Crazy, but Yeat has been able to grow annually to levels that is almost impossible in today's atmosphere, with how much of a microwave society it is today, and how hard it is to truly become mainstream coming from the underground, especially that fast. The first time I ever discovered Yeat was actually from my cousin's Instagram story in the summer of 2020.
What is going on in
It
this
was like a
video?
stupid ass video of him and all his friends mad up close in the camera making silly faces, but the song in the background was Money Twerk. And when I heard that, I had to keep watching the story like, bruh. I DM'd him like, yo, who is this? And he was like, yo, it's Yeat from his project 4L. So I remember bumping that song over and over.
Great
Then
project,
he
by
dropped
the
his
way.
debut album, Up to Me, which to me is probably his best work to date.
No.
And I kid you not, when I first heard this tape, I wasn't prepared for the world I was about to enter. Low-key, I didn't really like it at first, or at least I didn't really understand it. But after listening to it over and over, it grew on me crazy, and Yeat became pretty much my favorite artist, and a lot of other people too. And the album sold 5,000 copies in its first week, and keep in mind, that's not that bad. Literally, a lot of people did not know who Yeat was at this time. So 5,000 when it comes to streams and shit, adding up to 5K, hey, that's pretty solid. Then he drops To Alive not too long after.
Great album.
32,000 copies
Great
first
album.
week. And I don't think you understand how much that truly is for a new artist in today's climate. Bro, that's like 100K 10 years prior. Then he sold another 32K with his deluxe Geek Pack, spawning a shit ton of hits from this entire project. And in the year 2022, no doubt was Yeat's peak popularity. And on top of that, he dropped his EP Life in September,
Flawless,
selling
Out the
30,000
Way,
copies first week with just 12 songs on it, half of what To Alive had. And this was also the year I went to see him at Warsaw, a venue in Greenpoint, Brooklyn,
basically half
which only
because
holds
Geek
like
Pack had
1,000
29.
people.
But
the following year, he drops Afterlife, selling
I mean, if he's talking about regular
55,000
To Alive,
copies
yeah.
first week. A pretty underrated project in his discography,
Afterlife, top
in
2
my
Yeat.
opinion. Kind of the dark horse
Top 2
in this
Yeat.
shit. It was like the premature baby to what eventually would become 2093. Then I think the biggest wow moment in his
best
career,
album.
or at least him, you know, coming up and a
Fight
holy
me.
shit, yeah,
Fight
Yeat
me.
is here to stay moment, was when I saw him at Wireless in London and he performed Flawless, bruh. Earthquake. Now comes 2024, and with a lot of anticipation and promo, he drops 2093, selling 70,000 copies first week. Now say what you want about this album, I get it. It had a lot of mixed opinions on it, but this album was extremely different to anything we had available on the market today, especially in hip hop. He brought us into another dimension with this one and really brought us into his world, and he definitely took a huge risk with this one. Look, the industry, like I always say, is damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he continued to make songs like I just put up, you know what I'm saying, sounding like To Alive, people probably would have gotten tired of it or just complained saying it's the same shit over and over. Look great. So to me, he kind of had to experiment with a different sound and appeal to a bigger audience, not just the little 16-year-olds from TikTok and shit. In order to really break through in the mainstream, you kind of need that project that's polarizing, whether good or bad, and it gets people talking. His show that he did at the Brooklyn Mirage for 2093 really felt like exclusive and rare since he only did 3 shows for that shit. Personally though, the album didn't really stick with me too much, but it does have its highs for sure. Then he gave us Lifestyle, which sold 89,000 copies first week. And earned him that first #1 spot on the Billboard 200.
Another great
Mostly
album.
due to vinyl and CD sales, but still, that's people's hard-earned money, bruh. Willing to spend their bread on his music. So to me, that's saying a lot.
I might buy
Although it
Yeat
did
merch
have the
with my
biggest
YouTube.
drop-off of all time. Kind of crazy. Completely falling off the
I'm not
charts
gonna
just
lie.
a week or so later.
Once I get
But
monetized,
honestly, I think his label
I'ma
just
buy Yeat
really
merch.
wanted that #1 spot and didn't
I've already
really care
been
what
thinking
happened
about it.
after,
I'ma
'cause
buy-
they'll never take
I'm gonna
that
buy a
away
Yeat
from him.
poster,
You
a
feel me? He can
vinyl.
always say, yo, I went #1. You feel me?
You
I
know what I'm
sold
saying?
90K first week. And what? Like, not too many people are gonna remember that it fell off after. And despite all that, Playboi Carti backed out of his headlining Rolling Loud Thailand performance and he was replaced by none other than Yeat. Just think about that for a second. This white rapper from Portland, Oregon, who was on a farm and shit, ended up becoming a headliner for the world's biggest hip-hop festival in Thailand, bro.
Actually, he's from LA. Until he was 13, he moved to Portland, Oregon.
To just recently at Rolling Loud Miami, where he performed right before Future. Like, bro, just think about that. He probably could have headlined on his own. To go from this to this, it's truly an incredible thing to see. It's like I grew up with this dude and it's only been like 3 years. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I already have mad memories with his old music. Like, I'm really reminiscent and being nostalgic already for his old tapes. It's kind of wild. I made an up next video on him on January 1st, 2022. And look where he's at now. His rise in popularity and shit is truly amazing to see. And I'm really curious to see what he's gonna give us moving forward. But I really wanted to get my boy Duty on this bad boy to give his take on Yeat's growth. And if you don't know who he is by now, you ain't tapped in, bruh. Yo, Duty, let him know what's up, bruh.
We talking about the same artist that did it on his own. The same guy who came from the underground who now has 5 studio albums that charted, 16 platinum and gold certifications. And when it comes to his shows, we can't act like this dude don't deliver. Yeat run has to be studied for real. Because if we not talking about the older generation like Uzi, Cardi, Yachty, Trippy, etc., why can't Yeat be in the same conversation? Yeah, he might come from a newer generation like mine, but he still has done some great things, bro. You know, sometimes I just sit here and think about when he dropped Up To Me and Too Alive, because that was honestly my favorite sound. You know that feeling that Uzi used to give us on Love Is Rage, you know, the first one, where he really sounded like a rock star. He was drugged out, you know, melodic flow and stuff like that. It was cool. And with Up To Me and Too Alive, that's what I felt. I got that vibe. But the thing is, it was much darker in a way. The beats had that whole lot of red vibe, like y'all say, but vocally, Yeat had delivered something way different. He didn't sound like anyone else. And his ad
Sounds like straight
And
glaze.
if I ask myself, do I really like where his career is going? Yes and no, okay? And I say
That's
this
crazy
because
coming from
Yeat is
the
only
number
gonna
one
keep
Heat
going up.
blazer.
We've seen it with Life, Afterlife, 2093, and Lifestyle. His fan base is only growing. But Yeat is also at a point where he needs to please a bunch of different artists.
Yo, what
You
happened
know,
to my
I'm seeing a
camera?
bunch of y'all old fans begging him to go back to his old sound, but honestly, I don't see the biggest point of him doing that, because if we being real,
My
people
bad.
seem to
I
love
don't
the
know
new
why I did
projects
that.
he dropped. They only sell well. So people can say what they want about Yeat now, but let's not act like he not a big dog in our generation. I still play some of his new tracks here and there, but I definitely play his old music more. And, you know, people gonna say what they want to say, but we gotta acknowledge that Yeat is doing his thing. But anyways, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Aaron for having me on. Thank you.
Hey, let's go. Shout out my boy Duty, man. For real, for real. If you guys enjoyed this
Geek
video,
time in the
you already know what to
background.
do, man. Hit that like, subscribe, comment
Hey,
down
W
below how
video.
you feel about Yeat, and I'll check you guys
How I
in the
feel
next
about
video.
Yeat? I'm playing. I could have gone on Glazer it. But hey, I was really thinking about this earlier today. Yeat's growth is so underrated. Like, he evolved so much. Like, from Up To Me to Too Alive, to Afterlife. I mean, he dropped Life in between that, but it's kind of, but Life is kind of, you know, but to Life, to Afterlife, then to 2093, then to Lifestyle. Like, bro, he's just no glaze. He's just a goat, bro. But hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning into this video. More videos coming soon. I used to post daily, but I'm in school now, bro. College, bro. But I can still record because it's not like classes. It's just assignments I have to do. Once I do them, I'm free. So I'm gonna be posting a good amount, man. I have some video ideas coming up. I need to hit my boy Midnight for the videos, man. I actually have some good videos, bro. I have some good video ideas. Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but stay tuned. Out. This bitch. Nigga.